So, I think we can all agree that video games are amazing.
By themselves, they create a unique world to tell a story or teach some sort of lesson. But what really makes them great is music. Without a video game soundtrack, there is no game. The environment isn't intriguing, the atmosphere isn't immersive enough to fully experience the story. Today, though, I'm not here to talk about video game OSTs or original soundtracks. You've probably already guessed, but I'm here to talk about fan songs, specifically CG5 and Mob Entertainment's newest song, WRONGSIDE OUT, an official Poppy Playtime song created for the release of Chapter 5. There are so many secrets hidden in the lyrics and music videos for this song, and as a huge Poppy Playtime fan, it was really exciting to catch these small references. Now I'm here to explain some of them for those who may have missed them. In no specific order, I'm going to be listing some of the things I caught. Some are concrete facts, some are pure speculation, and some are interesting lore implications. Let's get right into it. If you didn't already know, CG5's previous Poppy Playtime song, Sleep Well, sampled a song on the Poppy OST, specifically the song titled It's Playtime from Chapter 1. WRONGSIDE OUT did this too, using the song Are We Truly Alone from Chapter 3 as a base. Take a listen. Fun fact, this song plays during the scene where we are attacked by Kissy Missy outside of Home Sweet Home. It's an interesting choice when you think about the context it's given in the game and why they chose to sample it for this song. Occasionally in the song, it seems like there are sound effects playing, specifically a huggy jump scare and prototype noise. Even though it's possible these aren't actual sound effects, other Poppy Playtime songs have been known to sample sound effects. Here's some examples. Moving on to the actual lyrics, this line, as well as are referencing the Chapter 5 ARG. A Discord account by the name of Seeing Reason was the main account used in the ARG that talked to people in the official Poppy Playtime Discord server, giving access to hidden files and teasers. Also, Seeing Reason's Discord bio read, "Thank me dear for paradise," which is a line from the song. I think it's interesting to point out that Seeing Reason's account was active weeks before WRONGSIDE OUT released. It's really cool to see Mob Entertainment tease something weeks before we actually understand what they were hinting towards. A line from Sleep Well also mentions paradise. In the hour of joy in this paradise. The word paradise is used again in WRONGSIDE OUT. Both refer to the same thing, living in the factory, aka their paradise, beginning a new life in the factory where they are free from the scientists' experimentation. Kind of a stretch, but the line could be a reference to Sleep Well and or Hell Like This, CG5's other Poppy Playtime songs. Since Sleep Well was referenced in Hell Like This, it's extremely likely that CG5 would keep up the trend with a reference in his new song. This one is more of an obvious one. The lines are direct references to the prototype's dialogue during the tea party.
You act like a child because
the child is hurting.
I can fix you, Poppy. I
Can make
you
better.
Also, this line
You can't burn down all that we are.
is a reference to what the prototype says at the end of Chapter 4.
That's not a truth that can be burnt away.
CG5 often does this with his songs, and it's really fun to pick up on these very direct references. This one is mostly speculation since I'm not sure what this line is referring to. The line, I think, is talking about the death screens. After dying in the game, the screen goes black, shows some lines, then fades to white before we return. We saw this actually used for a near-death experience when Giblet saves the player after they are dunked in the weird poppy ooze. Also, for these lines in Mob's music video, we see small toys being dunked in the same poppy gel mixture. This line is also word for word from the game. However, this line in the game and CD5's music video is said by a smiling critter, being the original context for the line. Though in the Mob Entertainment music video, it shows Poppy banging on her case, giving the line a new context, applying it to Poppy instead. In the Mob Entertainment music video, we see a scene where the prototype is looking in one of the conditioning rooms, possibly the one from the restricted conditioning tape, and we see silhouettes of people. It's unclear if said people are employees who were locked up by the prototype or the orphans being kept safe during and after the hour. It's really hard to tell if these are orphans or employees by their silhouettes, but either way, this is still a really cool scene. In the Mob music video, we can see the prototype walk on walls. Sure, we saw him hang from the ceiling in Chapter 5, but this adds a lot to the spider part of his design. Also, something we didn't see in Chapter 5, but saw in this music video, was the prototype's head turn a whole 360 degrees. An extremely small and insignificant detail, but if some people were wondering if he can turn his head all the way around, now you know. By the end of the video, it was clear that the prototype painted the poppy flower and messages we see outside of Poppy's room in Chapter 1. But did you know you can actually see him holding a paintbrush, as well as hanging up the dead toys? In the music video made by Mob, you see this beautiful scene of the prototype. The pose that he hits here is almost exactly the same as when Catnap saw him at the end of Chapter 3. Another thing I want to note here is that, while the lyrics say that the prototype is presenting himself as a god to the rest of the toys, it kind of looks like he's praising a higher being, as he looks up towards the sky, looking like he's gesturing towards the light above him. Additionally, we can see angel wings behind him. This is most likely a callback to the fact that the player was called an angel by Dog Day during Chapter 3, but I think it may mean something else. In Christianity, at least, angels aren't gods. They worship him and follow his word. If we take this meaning and apply it to the prototype, the fact that he's an angel and looks like he's worshipping something or someone above him makes a lot more sense. What or who the higher being is, though, is a question for another day. The line, is extremely confusing from a lore standpoint. When he says that he gave new life, it could be referring to how the prototype brought paradise and freedom to the factory. However, with the mention of reanimation afterwards, it implies that this new life he gave is actually related to reanimating the orphans into bigger bodies. This doesn't exactly make too much sense, considering how the prototype is against Playtime Co.'s experiments, but it feels like that's what this line is trying to get at. The prototype possibly conducting experiments of his own. This could be further backed up by the prototype wanting to make Poppy better and right, as well as the line, "I'll stitch you together." Throughout the music video, we see the prototype working on something, which could be him making more experiments. Although the motives behind him continuing the biologist's work isn't clear, I'm not really sure why he'd want to do this, considering he staged an entire revolution and killed almost every single Playtime employee as a rebellion against the company experimenting on children. You might already know that, just like how Sleep Well was in Chapter 3, Wrong Side Out has an Easter egg where it can be heard in-game. Here's how to get it. After finding Lemon in a secret room during this climbing section, you can bring him to a tray of 3 other Lemons inside of the labs. Putting down the Lemon triggers the song to be played over a speaker in the same room. And there we have it. a small list of fun facts found in Wrong Side Out. I'm fully aware that this is probably not everything that was hidden in this song, so if there's anything that comes to mind, I encourage you to comment what you found interesting or important in the song. The amount of thought put into this genuinely brings me so much joy, and I hope that you can enjoy this song even more, that you know what's hidden inside of it. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you whenever I decide to make another video.